You're not broken. You're not behind. You're not the one person the universe decided to skip, and you're not missing some rare piece of information that everyone who succeeded had access to and you didn't. What's happening is much simpler and much less personal. You've been aiming at the wrong target. Every technique you practiced, the affirmations, the visualizing, the vision board, was built to help you get better at wanting more clearly, wanting more specifically, wanting with more conviction and less doubt, and you got extremely good at it. You are, at this point, an expert wanter, but the field doesn't respond to what you want. It never has. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. Read those two sentences again, because the whole thing lives in the gap between them. Wanting is something you do. Being is something you are, and they emit completely different frequencies. One says, "This is missing from my life." The other says, "This is what my life is made of." The field doesn't decode goals. It reads state, which reframes every failure you've cataloged. All those years you thought you were manifesting abundance. You were broadcasting the wanting of abundance, and the field answered with precision. It gave you more of the state you were actually in, reaching, so you got a life that looks like reaching. You were never doing it wrong. You were doing something else entirely, very well. And that's why this moment isn't a delay. It's not a detour, and it's not evidence against you. It's data. It's the exact information you needed, arriving in the only language the field speaks, your life. You're not stuck. You're realigning. Once you see that, the popular advice starts to look very different, and it's worth naming what it actually did to you. Just think positive. Positive thinking is a tool. It was never the engine. You can repeat an affirmation 500 times, and if your nervous system is anchored in fear or unworthiness, your field is broadcasting resistance underneath every word. The 95% doesn't argue with the 5%. It doesn't have to. It just keeps transmitting. So you affirm abundance in a body that's braced for scarcity, and the field receives the bracing, not the sentence. This is why the affirmation felt hollow, even while you were saying it. Some part of you always knew. Visualize every detail. Manifestation isn't mental cinema. The field doesn't respond to your vision board. It responds to your vibrational signature. Emotion is the carrier wave, intention is the signal, and the vision is only ever a map. You spent years perfecting the map. The map was never the transmission. That's why you could picture the house perfectly and feel nothing shift, because seeing it in detail and feeling what it's like to already live in it are not the same act. Work harder for it. This one did the most damage because it looks like virtue, pushing, hustling, over-planning. Those almost always come from fear, and fear muddies the field. Effort isn't alignment. You can be exhausted and misaligned at the same time. In fact, that's the most common place to be. Manifestation was never about control. It's about calibration. And notice what all three myths share. Every one of them puts the work in the conscious mind. Thinking, seeing, doing. Every one of them operates in the 5%. That's why you could follow all three perfectly for years and change nothing. You weren't failing at them. You were succeeding at them in the wrong place. And this isn't philosophy. The science is uncomfortably specific about where the writing actually happens. In quantum mechanics, particles behave differently when observed. John Wheeler put it as plainly as a physicist can. We aren't simply observers of the universe. We're participants in bringing it into being. Your awareness, focused, felt, embodied, actually participates in what collapses into form. Put those three together, and the picture is hard to argue with. You are broadcasting constantly. You are participating constantly. And the transmission isn't coming from the part of you that practices. It's coming from the part of you that is, which means every hour you spent upgrading your thinking was an hour spent on the one part of you that was never holding the pen. That's what eventually became the guide I wrote, Awaken Your Quantum Power, 7 principles for closing the gap between what you know and what you live. It's linked below. and I'll come back to it at the end, because understanding this changes nothing on its own. That's the trap you've been in for years already. So what actually changes things? Not more effort, a different kind of movement entirely. The phrase quantum jump gets thrown around carelessly, and almost everyone misunderstands it. It's not a metaphor for hustle. It's not a mystical shortcut that lets you skip your emotions, and it has nothing to do with speed. In physics, a quantum leap describes an electron moving from one energy level to another without crossing the space in between. Not gradual, not incremental, instant, sudden, discontinuous. The electron simply is somewhere else, without having traveled there. The same thing happens in a life. But not because someone tried harder. A real quantum jump happens when your internal frequency becomes so aligned with a new state of being that the old version of you becomes irrelevant. You don't argue your way out of the old life. You don't grind your way out. You become vibrationally incompatible with it, and it falls away because it no longer has anything to hold on to. And that's why it can't be forced. Force is linear. You push. Something moves. You push again. Frequency isn't linear. When mind, heart, body, and intention finally speak one language, the shift isn't proportional to the effort you put in. It's not proportional to anything. It just happens. And from the outside, it looks like luck. The field doesn't respond to your effort. It responds to your essence. And when your essence matches a different timeline, reality reorganizes. Not because you did more, but because you became different. Which means there is a path, not a technique, a structure, a sequence of shifts that move you from knowing to embodying, one layer at a time. And if any of this is landing somewhere real, if you just recognized your own decade in this, tell me. Write "I feel this" in the comments. I read them, and it tells me how far this channel is allowed to go. So let me give you the 2 principles that matter most for someone who has been trying this hard. The first one takes the weight off. The second one is the part almost nobody survives. The first, alignment, beats effort. We live in a world that worships hustle. Push harder, do more, stay busy. But in this paradigm, doing more does not equal receiving more, and it never did. Effort alone doesn't move energy. Alignment does. When your actions come from fear, scarcity, or desperation, you can be working harder than anyone around you and vibrating at the exact frequency of lack. And the field doesn't measure your hours. It reads your state. So the harder you worked from that state, the more precisely you broadcast it. Effort is linear. Alignment is exponential. Picture rowing a boat upstream. That's effort, real, exhausting, and constantly undone by the current. Now picture dropping the oars and turning the vessel to face the direction the water is already moving. That's alignment. Same river, same you. Completely different relationship to what's already flowing. This doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing the right thing from the right state. Aligned action has a specific texture. Your body says yes, your chest stays open, your nervous system stays calm, and the action carries the frequency of trust rather than the frequency of rescue. It's quiet. It doesn't beg, it just lands. Here's the way to test it today. Take one thing in your life that feels heavy right now. Before you do anything about it, ask yourself honestly, am I acting from trust or trying to force the outcome? When action is clean, you feel peace even before results arrive. When action is distorted, you feel urgency even after you succeed. That single question will tell you more about your alignment than a year of journaling, which leads to the second one. And it's the one that separates people who understand this from people who live it. Surrender is the leap. At the edge of every real transformation, there's a point where logic can't take you any further. You've done the work. Meditated, visualized, aligned, corrected, and then what? You let go. Surrender isn't giving up. It's giving over to the intelligence of the field. Trying to control every detail of how and when sends the field one unmistakable message underneath everything else. I don't trust this, and that tension distorts the whole signal. Control is rooted in survival. Surrender is rooted in remembering. The neuroscience says something similar, incidentally. Insight and breakthrough tend to arrive not during intense effort, but in states of relaxation and openness, when the brain's default mode network quiets and something deeper gets room to speak. When you stop grasping, space appears for the new to emerge. But surrender feels like death to the part of you that has been holding everything together for years. That's why it isn't easy. That's also why it's the leap. Those are 2 of the 7. They're enough to work with for a long time. And here's what those 2 principles make possible once they stop being ideas. You can finally put down the belief that you have to earn this, because somewhere underneath a decade of practice, that's what's been running. Not, how do I align? What do I still have to fix before I'm allowed to receive? Every technique you picked up as evidence that you weren't ready yet. Every block you went looking for confirmed the premise that something in you needed to be repaired first. The field has no opinion about that. It can't. It isn't holding your past against you, isn't measuring whether you've suffered enough, isn't waiting for you to prove your sincerity. It has no mechanism for any of that. It reads what's there and returns it. That's all it has ever done, for you and for everyone you quietly compared yourself to. The field isn't testing you, it's waiting, and the difference between those two words is the difference between a decade of self-improvement and an afternoon of honesty. Testing means there's a standard you haven't met yet. Waiting means the door was never locked. You were just standing in front of it, in a state that couldn't walk through. So you don't need to try harder. You've already tried harder than almost anyone. That was never what was missing. You need to align. And alignment isn't something you earn. It's something you enter, not by doing more, but by stopping the internal argument long enough for one clear signal to leave you. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not the exception. You're tuning. You've been tuning this whole time. You just thought the noise meant you were failing. If you want the whole structure, the full path from knowing this to living it, that's what Awaken Your Quantum Power is. The 7 principles laid out as practice, not theory to understand, states to enter, vibration, coherence, alignment, emotion, identity, surrender, integration, each one with a way to bring it down out of your head and into your body, where the 95% actually lives. It's linked in the description. No pressure. If it's for you, you already know it. Before you go, though, notice the impulse to file this away as an interesting idea. That impulse is the 5% taking notes and changing nothing. It's the same move that's kept you circling for years. Don't let it have this one. Put your hand on your chest for a second, right now, before the next video loads. Don't ask for anything, just feel what's actually there. That's your signal. That's what's been getting answered this whole time. If this gave you something, follow the channel. We go deeper than the surface here. Share it with the person you know who's been doing everything right and quietly wondering why it isn't working. And tell me in the comments, what have you been trying to earn that was never for sale? You did everything right. You were just doing it in the wrong direction.